Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles. My name is Danny De Lillo. I'm here at Emerson, Los Angeles. Delighted to be here with Teddy with his movie, Hell No. Let's take a look at the clip.
You gonna get lit tonight?
Hell yeah.
Well, take it easy. Might not be a good time for you to be getting your next ex-wife.
My divorce is not final yet. Plus, I'm supposed to be here to have fun and heal.
Just slow down.
Teddy, I'm delighted that we're doing this in person.
Hey, man.
Celebrating your movie. Thank you so much for bringing in Hell No. You scared me, you made me laugh, did a lot of things. But for those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. So my film is, in the most simplest way, is a story of two brothers trying to reconnect. And what are the stands that one brother can go to get his brother to reconnect with him? Mm-hmm. And it has comedy and a little bit of drama and some horror kind of sprinkling around the whole film.
I really do like your style, and I love the kind of this estranged, brother relationship rekindled in the most unlikely of circumstances, and the essence of cologne. I like the sprinkle of cologne in there as well. Mm-hmm. Where did you get the inspiration for this story?
Well, it actually started with an Instagram post because Moises Chavez, who's the leading man in my film, he said that he wanted to do a horror film. And I told him, well, I'm trying to do my first short film because I'm a theater director. Mm-hmm. This is my 20th year as a theater director. Yay. And this is my first film, my first soiree. So I wanted to kind of embark on something that I can collaborate in. Because writing and directing for film is kind of lonely. And theater, everything is so collaborative. So true. So I just wanted to have something that I could collaborate with him. So we started developing it together. And it started like a rom-com, kind of light. And then it turned, as we dig deeper, because we were workshopping the script in acting class, we decided that the relationship was going to be a little deeper, and we decided to be brothers. And I based it off on an actual situation that I have with my twin sister, where I'm living here in Hollywood, she's in Puerto Rico with my parents, and it's a constant thing to keep connected and keep the care for our parents alive. And that's something that you work on, because once you move out, you don't really have to have a relationship, right? But I really do want to have that. So that was part of what I put into that.
Well, I mean, I love that this came from an Instagram post, firstly. I think that's brilliant. I love you made a whole film about that. And well done for doing a fantastic job in it as well. And what was it like being in it and working, as a director as well? What was that kind of experience like, taking on both of those roles?
Ooh, I can describe it like being on inside of a dryer where everything's like boom, so many things at the same time, because I also produced the film. And so at some point I have to take off my some hats to kind of, when I'm in a scene and I have to be scared, I cannot be thinking about, hey, we need to pay the gaffer right after. Like, I cannot be thinking about that. So my producer was really good about kind of taking over the things that I couldn't do. But it was great because it still gave me so much freedom to do everything I wanted. And as a director, actor, I do exactly what the director wants at all times. You know what I mean? So,
listen, I think there's a great deal of, added on experience you can have being a theater director. I think there's a discipline that comes with theater that maybe you don't often see in film in the same way. Do you find that kind of experience behind the theater, is that kind of discipline that you get in the theater really helps when you're going into TV and film? Is there any kind of differences that you found in your discovery of making the film?
Definitely. The interaction with the actors is the one thing that I've realized that I am very advantaged in. And because one of the things that we do as artists is that I hate myself, I love myself. So I have to take on what I have, the package that I have. For example, I am a son of people, like my grandparents were sharecroppers. They lived in the projects. And the fact that their grandson, 2 generations later, is in Hollywood trying to make films, it's a privilege that they would never dream of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all of that is part of who I am, and I have to love that and put it in my art, because sometimes you kind of like compare yourself with other films, and you shouldn't do that, because that's hinders your art. So my theater background really is an advantage when it comes to the acting. When it comes to the technical stuff, that's where the learning still is happening. And I take advantage of every time that I book something to learn all of the stuff that happens behind the camera.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're making films. I'm sure your family's so proud, because you're obviously very, very talented. So congratulations on all the stuff that you're doing anyway. I think you're wonderful.
Thank you.
But on top of everything else, like, what was kind of like, obviously taking on all those different roles, what were some of the kind of bigger challenges you had? I mean, I loved the setup of your film. I love the lighting. I love the little nuances that you had to kind of give it that horror element. What were some of the challenges that you kind of had in actually making it in production?
Money's always a challenge.
Yes, right. We welcome money to all of our filmmakers, okay?
Please.
Yes.
Challenges. My set was really joyous, so that's one of the things that I really take pride of, that we had no drama on set. Even our AD told us.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to be on your set. That's great.
Next one, I'll bring you in. Challenges itself, it was in post-production, I think, was the most challenging part, because we filmed at the end of 2019, and then something kind of happened in the world in March.
Yeah, what was that again?
Yeah. And well, everybody was kind of trying to figure out life while we were posting. So it was just trying to be kind, and my film could wait. That's what the thing was. And so we had a date to release a little earlier, but everything kind of got pushed. But that was basically the challenge. The pandemic. That was the challenge.
But you still did it, and I think that's great admiration to you and commitment and everything. So the fact that you still did it and went through it, kudos to you. Now, obviously, you're part of New Filmmakers Los Angeles Film Festival, in particular are in focus for LGBTQ+. How's that experience been? How has that unfolded for you? And did you enjoy it? Did you have fun?
I did. Let me tell you a story.
Or tell the story.
I came to New Filmmakers like 5 years ago with a friend, and I secreted that I was going to do my first film in New Filmmakers.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am totally serious.
Wow, I got chills running down my arm.
I said, one day I'm gonna direct a film and it's going to debut in New Filmmakers, which is totally true.
And that happened. That was the day.
Yes.
Wow.
So I love the experience as an audience.
Yeah.
I love the open bar, and
yes.
and it's been great. The panels has been great. All the mixers has been great. I had a completely great experience. I'm gonna recommend that to everybody. Yeah.
Well, welcome to the filmmaking family. We love having
Thank you.
You're alumni now.
Thank you.
So what is next for you, Teddy?
Well, I'm developing like 3 or 4 things at the same time, like a good artist. I work on like in my producing hat in slots. I have 2 slots for 2 short films that I want to do this year. Right now, one is completely ready, which it's called Gay Swap, which is kind of a take on the body swapping experience with 2 gay guys and see what that looks like. It's complete comedy. And then the second one is a more dramatic piece, which is called Texas Transit. We're working on the script as we speak. Gabriela Raffaelli is a trans woman that's going to be in the lead of it.
Amazing.
And it's a road trip movie of us going to Texas, and it's based on real events.
Wow.
And I'm working on Gay Quake, which we'll film next year, which is an experience that I have. I went to Puerto Rico in 2019, like I told you, and I was in an earthquake, 7.1, and I had a date that night, and I just realized how would have been if we were actually on the date, because we canceled the date, obviously, because there was an earthquake.
Yes.
But I kind of wrote this fantasy where I actually go to the date, and it's called Gay Quake. So that's for next year.
That is brilliant. I want to watch every single one of those projects. Like, that's brilliant. Oh my God, I can't wait. That sounds like a ride. It's amazing. Now, obviously, of your experience as a theater director, as a film director, being with New Filmmakers, we've got a filmmaking audience here. Do you have any kind of a piece of advice that you maybe could share with the audience to sort of, you know, help them along their way on their filmmaking journeys?
Yeah, use your resources, use your network, and always film it. Pedro Almodovar, who's one of my favorite filmmakers, always says, movies are made to be made. You need to make the movie. Don't write it. Make the movie. So that's my recommendation. Make it.
Make the movie. Fantastic, fantastic. Well, listen, Teddy, thank you so much for Hell No. Can't wait for all the next projects, and thank you for bringing it to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Teddy, everybody.